Gervonta Tank Davis did something awful again, and no, it wasn't scheduling another fight with Jake Paul. He beat a woman. Again. And once again, I'm not talking about Jake Paul. If you know Tank Davis, you know he has a lot of run-ins with the law. But this is actually a civil suit over a certain criminal case that was dropped earlier, and while everyone is innocent until proven guilty, this looks really bad for him. While all the details aren't out, we know the details from the original case, which was basically a shut case with a lot of evidence that he did it. That, along with his prior incidents, innocent until proven guilty, but yeah. You know, if you do something like 6 times, people are gonna believe you did it the 7th. So why is this coming up again? Well, now we talk about Jake Paul. There were a lot of theories that the reason the original charges got dropped, despite it being pretty clear that he was gonna get convicted, was he convinced her to stop pressing charges so that he can actually schedule this Jake Paul fight. Because it was announced the day after the charges were dropped. The Jake Paul fight isn't for another week. So does this put this in jeopardy? No, probably not, because it's a civil lawsuit. But I don't know how keen Netflix is going to be promoting a massive fight for tens of millions of people to see with one of the stars.
Gervonta Tank Davis, known as one of boxing's most dangerous punchers and a global superstar, stood quietly before the judge with a blank expression and trembling hands. When the verdict was finally announced, everything changed in a split second as Tank's knees suddenly gave out, nearly collapsing under the pressure of the moment. The same fighter who once thrilled fans with explosive knockouts and packed arenas was now facing the heavy consequences of his past. This wasn't just another headline. It was the dramatic fall of a boxer who once seemed unstoppable and a moment that could potentially change Gervonta Tank Davis's career forever.
Without the ankle monitor on.
That's corny. That's super corny. I don't know how much I weigh.
And the handcuffs too.
Huh? What are you talking about, bro?
How do you win this fight?
That outfit is trash. For real. That outfit is garbage. And that hairstyle. Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk. Name
You
them.
want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the clown, buddy. You're the clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown.
Everything started in Miami-Dade County just 2 weeks before Gervonta Tank Davis was scheduled to fight Jake Paul in a major event. A new lawsuit suddenly emerged, shocking the boxing world and many fans who believed Tank had turned his life around. The lawsuit was filed by his former girlfriend, Courtney Russell, who accused him of several serious offenses, including battery, aggravated battery, kidnapping, false imprisonment, and intentionally causing emotional distress. According to the court documents, Russell claimed the incident took place at her workplace on October 27th, where she says Davis attacked her. She also alleged that he threatened to kill her and said it was not the first time she had experienced something like this.
But, so you know, they canceled the Tank and Jake fight.
They canceled it? I didn't even see that.
Well, yeah, they canceled, I think, yesterday or today.
Why? Do you think that Jake told that boy, hey, you gotta fall?
No, because he can't keep his motherfucking hands to himself.
Jake beat somebody up?
No, not Jake, you know, Tank.
I didn't know.
Him and his baby mama again.
Oh, man.
Then beat up again.
He beat his baby mama up?
So Jake on some like, man, I'm not about to give you no money to get you no 40 million and you out here beating women up and stuff like that. You a boxer, bro, like, I can't promote that.
Did he really? I gotta see the tape. Did he really beat up on her?
I mean, that's like his 5th domestic violence case,
saying,
bro.
But did he whoop her though? Like, did he actually whoop her?
I ain't seen it, but if you got 5 cases, 3, 4 cases, hey, somebody ain't lying.
Yeah, you gotta call a spade a spade.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But I dig it though, you know what I'm saying? I can't condone on that, you know what I'm saying? I got a daughter, I got a mama, I got a sister, I got all that.
The lawsuit also outlines at least 4 previous incidents in which Gervonta Tank Davis allegedly assaulted Courtney Russell and even choked her. Based on these allegations, Russell is seeking more than $50,000 in damages, claiming the incidents caused her to suffer from PTSD and led her to start therapy as she worked to recover and move forward.
Gervonta Tank Davis being sued for kidnapping and assault. Chilaquiles. That's right. Apparently, October 27th at a gentleman's club in Miami, they alleging that Gervonta Tank Davis went up in there and allegedly got his child's mom, baby mom, something, kidnapping, alleged assault. Court paperwork has found out. Now, as you know, Tank Davis, earlier this year, he was arrested on domestic violence charges. I believe those charges were dropped. And as you know, Tank Davis does have a fight coming up Friday, November 14th. Now, is this just the Al Heyman way? The Al Heyman PBC way? Anytime Tank gets into legal trouble, they go ahead and have a fight coming up, and Tank fans love ghetto, ignorant shit, so it boosts the fight up. This is typical Tank fashion. This will go away. Don't worry about it. This is how they promote Tank Davis, because they know the ignorant and his fan base love toxic ghetto shit. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is it musty energy?
Musty energy.
Or is it the Chiller Killers?
For Gervonta Tank Davis, who was getting ready for one of the biggest fights of his career, the timing of these allegations could not have been worse. Just days after the lawsuit became public, Most Valuable Promotions, the company helping organize Jake Paul's upcoming fights, released an official statement responding to the growing controversy. In simple terms, the statement suggested they were preparing to call everything off. As soon as it was released, fans realized the situation was far more serious than a small dispute or misunderstanding. It had become a major legal issue, the kind of problem that can seriously damage or even end a fighter's career.
Davis, somebody you've had some interaction with on social, what do you make of maybe the lack of discipline or arrest?
Lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. Is that what you want to put it down to?
Yeah.
It's more than lack of discipline.
Yeah.
It's vile. Do you know what I mean? I don't condone that at all in the slightest. So it's not got nothing to do with lack of discipline. It's got everything to do with moral compass. And for me, that's just, yeah.
Behind the scenes, the entire event was suddenly at risk, with a marketing campaign, Netflix agreement, sponsorships, and every other part of the promotion hanging in the balance. By the time Gervonta Tank Davis appeared in court for his first hearing, the pressure was clearly showing. People in the courtroom said he looked tired, quiet, and emotionally worn out, far from the confident and outspoken fighter fans we're used to seeing at press events.
Into a Camaro that pulled up and left the scene. Today, the judge sentenced him to a total of 2 years plus 60 days in prison, but she suspended all of it except for 90 days.
When the verdict was announced and the reality of possibly returning to jail set in, Gervonta Tank Davis suddenly collapsed in the courtroom, unable to handle the weight of the moment and the consequences of his actions. It was not the first time he had dealt with legal problems, but this case felt much more serious because, unlike before, it appeared there might not be an easy way to avoid the outcome.
Allegations against Gervonta Davis, they're very serious allegations. Anybody that's laying hands on women needs to be shut down straight away. They need to be, for me, they need to be locked up and the key thrown away. You shouldn't touch women. They're not there to be touched and have their hands laid on them. I've got 2 daughters. I've got my wife, my mother. Anybody out there who's close relationship to women knows you do not lay your hands on women ever. Don't touch them. And if you do, you should be prisoned. As simple as that. That's my take on it. It's totally out of it. It's really serious. Tank needs to get a grip and stop doing what he's doing because he's got previous. This is all alleged, don't forget. This is all allegations. So we're not trying to convict anybody here on Frotch on Fighting. We're just pointing out the facts. He's been accused of all the serious allegations from earlier. It's not good enough, and from the fight being made to the weight disparity to Gervonta Davis being a wrong un in terms of these allegations, the whole thing is just an absolute circus.
Looking back, Gervonta Tank Davis has faced domestic violence allegations for several years. In February 2020, he was arrested after a video went viral showing him grabbing his then-girlfriend by the neck during a public event.
See, I like that. I see you. All right, so hold on. Before we get into it, I want to introduce you to Here's My Dream, all right? Now, this is the dance team of women from all...
Then, In December 2022, Gervonta "Tank" Davis was arrested again on another domestic violence charge. Although that case was later dropped, it added to a growing pattern of allegations that many people felt could no longer be ignored.
Let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me that you beat the piss out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that as...
but don't you know...
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
You just talking to her though. With the information that she gave you, can't she tell you?
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from here.
Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says as
fact? All I'm just saying is I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking for her exact address. She's saying you hit her. She does have a mark on her lip, and it's under.
I have a mark right here.
Did she hit you?
Turn around.
For battery.
Turn around.
Violence.
Put your hands behind your back. What's his first name?
Gervonta.
As if that were not enough, Gervonta "Tank" Davis also spent 44 days in jail in 2023 for violating the conditions of his house arrest related to his 2020 hit-and-run case, a serious incident that could have put lives at risk. It has been one legal issue after another, and for years many fans defended him by saying he was young and would eventually mature. But now, at 30 years old, that excuse no longer carries the same weight.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his fourth or maybe fifth allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential.
Planned fight with Jake Paul changed everything. The exhibition was scheduled for November 14th in Miami, supported by a major Netflix deal, and was expected to be one of the biggest crossover events in modern boxing, bringing together two of the sport's biggest stars. But after Gervonta "Tank" Davis's latest legal troubles, the fight was suddenly thrown into doubt. Reports say Jake Paul's team quickly moved to deal with the situation, and insiders claimed Jake was extremely frustrated, not only because the event could be canceled, but also because of the huge amount of time, money, and effort put into training, promotion, and media coverage that could all end up being wasted.
I don't know, I'm kind of in a sad mood. People don't realize how much effort is put into these training camps. Beat up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, punched her in the face, and it's like, bro.
But beyond the business side, Jake Paul had already voiced his concerns. During an earlier press conference, he openly criticized Gervonta "Tank" Davis over his history of violence, saying the fight was about more than what happened inside the ring. He warned that Davis also had to face the personal decisions and problems that followed him outside of boxing.
Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown. I got you a poodle.
Now, okay. Now, since we on this, if I put my hands on females or anything like that, right? If I put my hands on females or anything like that, you know how many female, like, come on. It would be mad. You see how when I don't even want to bring up nobody thing, what's the name about that, but P did.
Boxing world has been left stunned. Several professional fighters have publicly expressed support for the alleged victim, saying the sport can no longer continue protecting athletes whose actions damage the reputation of boxing.
Put in 1 foot out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money you got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making 500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
Others believe Gervonta "Tank" Davis needs professional help, not just punishment. Even so, many agree this could be the end of the version of Tank that fans have known for years. Reports say sponsors are starting to distance themselves, Netflix is holding emergency discussions, and several sources claim Jake Paul's team is already considering other opponents because if Davis is sent to jail, the fight will be canceled.
Fighting dudes like Tyson, stop fighting dudes like Little Tank Davis. Come on, man. Like, I wasn't mad at Tank for getting that bag. You know what I mean? I think he turned down a shitload of money. But it's kind of comical that you're fighting a guy so small. Fight me. You know what I'm saying? Fight me if you really want to prove something. A fight with me is a fight that's gonna sell, that you can market, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a legit fight. So this is something different. You know what I mean? I'm not Nate Diaz, and no disrespect to Nate Diaz, but Nate Diaz is a UFC fighter. I'm a real professional boxer that's active. And not saying anything against the other pro fighters that he's fought, but Mike Tyson isn't Iron Mike no more. Comes a time where you can't keep playing boxer. You either really that, or you just gonna keep fronting. You know what I'm saying? And if you can keep fronting, everybody's just gonna look at you as an influencer. You know what I'm saying? But if you want that respect, that people's looking at you like a true pro boxer, then this is the fight. You know what I'm saying? But if this is really up to him. You know what I mean? But like I said, you can't play this shit no more. You know what I mean? It's like you're either gonna do it or not.
As soon as reports began circulating that Gervonta "Tank" Davis might be out of the fight, Jake Paul's team reportedly started looking for a replacement. One of the biggest names linked to the event was Francis Ngannou, setting up the possibility of a high-profile showdown between Jake Paul and the former UFC heavyweight champion.
Paul goes from fighting Gervonta Davis to calling out Francis Ngannou. Jake Paul don't want those problems. I can't say it any different. Jake Paul does not want any Francis Ngannou problems. He don't. He does not want those issues. While I think it's crazy and I credit him for doing that, and I'm surprised he did that, this could be a ploy. Him poking out his chest, saying, I want Francis. He don't want those Francis Ngannou problems. I don't care what Anthony Joshua did to Francis Ngannou. Jake Paul gets in there with Francis. Francis will knock his head off this planet. You don't want those Francis problems. I watched Francis put down Tyson Fury. Sure, Anthony Joshua beat him. But even if Jake got power, I don't think he got power to be dealing with Francis. Because all it takes is for one to land.
Once reports started spreading that Gervonta "Tank" Davis could be out of the fight, Jake Paul's team reportedly began searching for a replacement. One of the strongest names connected to the event was Francis Ngannou, creating the possibility of a blockbuster matchup between Jake Paul and the former UFC heavyweight champion.
What else is there for Francis to do? If I was ever offered a fight, I wouldn't call TMZ. That guy's so easy for me. I had a special annoyance for those guys, which were, I respect that you were even willing to try. I couldn't imagine backing down, saying no. I'm a prize fighter. There's a prize. Someone wants to pay me, and I'm insulted that my phone rang. There was a lot of clever ways of getting out of having to do a fight, but there's still not any other answer than I backed out of the fight. One guy issued a challenge. You turned the challenge down. On my playground, you lose.
Ryan Garcia was also mentioned as a possible replacement, with many fans believing Jake Paul could switch to that matchup because they are closer in weight, already have an online rivalry, and the fight would attract huge attention. However, Garcia's promoter, Oscar de la Hoya, quickly dismissed the idea. That left Jake with months of training and promotion potentially going to waste. Looking back, many feel the event was surrounded by controversy from the beginning. Even before the lawsuit, people questioned the matchup because Gervonta "Tank" Davis, who competes at 135 pounds, was scheduled to face Jake Paul, who fights close to 200 pounds. A weight difference of around 60 pounds is extremely unusual, even for an exhibition, and many believed it never made sense for either fighter.
It's kind of weird, because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank. And I mean, but with it being a exhibition, it makes sense. It's fine. You got a big name that is going to be fighting. But I mean, it really makes no sense because he could be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's going to probably be weighing maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't even understand why the fight is happening.
Just when it looked like Jake Paul had run out of options, Edgar Berlanga and Rolly Romero entered the conversation and offered to step in. Berlanga, fresh off a recent victory and well known for his knockout power, said he was ready to replace Gervonta "Tank" Davis, keep the event alive, and give fans the exciting fight they were expecting.
Hey, Jake,
Pick up the phone, champ. I've been calling you. Pick up. Let's make the fight happen. Pick up the phone, man. Stop playing. Fucking Jake. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
At the same time, Rolly Romero brought his usual confidence by calling out Jake Paul and saying he would end the fight early if given the opportunity. With both Edgar Berlanga and Rolly Romero eager to step in, Jake Paul suddenly had several strong replacement options instead of being left without an opponent.
Hey, so you guys, I want to make an important announcement. I want to let everybody know I'm going to slap Jake Paul across his face because, first and foremost, man, I'm tired of this YouTube boxing stuff, man. I really am. I am more tired of this YouTube boxing stuff than everyone else, man. The GOAT at welterweight, bro. I'm about to be the GOAT at cruiserweight. Me and Jake fight in 2 weeks. Yeah, Jake Paul's team's not gonna let me beat him, huh? I think Jake Paul's scared of me. I'm willing to cruiserweight, bruh. Really big right now anyways. Jake Paul gets knocked out cold by me, bruh. Yeah. Jake Paul gets knocked out cold. I will slap Jake Paul across his face. Like, bro. But who cares? I don't care. Roll over Jake Paul 2025, bro. I knock out another YouTuber.
That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future updates. Share your thoughts in the comments, stay connected, and we'll see you in the next video.